Chris, tell us about Airline Information Group.
Yes, we are a conference organizer that organizes conferences for airlines, travel agencies, banks, and today we're at the Airline and Travel Payment Summit that focuses on cutting payment costs and fraud costs within the airline and travel industry.
So payment and fraud, and I understand you also do a series on loyalty, conferences on loyalty.
Yes, on loyalty, and the latest is loyalty fraud, because as this conference focuses on payment fraud, as companies fix this sector, it's driving the fraud over to loyalty points. So whoever's watching this video, this is not just about a company, this is as us as consumers. Start to think of your loyalty accounts the same way you think of your bank accounts, because your points are vulnerable.
For that. And then you have one on auxiliary services?
Ancillary revenues.
Ancillary revenues.
So basically Ryanair started the trend in the mid-2000s, and now, as we see here in Europe, most of the airlines are charging for food and baggage, and how do you maximize, from the airline perspective, how do you maximize these revenues? Because the margin's much higher for an airline on ancillary services. The margin's better than on the tickets.
Who should attend these three different types of conferences, and where do you hold them?
Well, the conferences are held globally, so we often have regional events in the Americas, in Asia, Europe, and sometimes global events in one of those places. So, and they're aimed at airline executives and the vendors for each section, so for each sector. So we have the ancillary conference, which could be the people in charge of ancillary revenue in airlines, and that's a developed department. And vendors could be some of the IT vendors that allow airlines to better package these services. And in the payment and fraud space, we have treasury, we have our payment departments, we have our fraud departments, and vendors are everything from banks to IT providers. Then in the loyalty sector, you have the loyalty programs, such as we're here in Germany, so it could be the Miles and More program, and vendors are often the databases that help airlines manage that customer data.
Can we take a stroll through the exhibition space?
Sure.
Can you tell us what kind of companies exhibit?
Sure.
So who are these people?
Adyen is a payment services provider based in the Netherlands, and
The best.
so as we hear from one of Adyen's people, the best payment services provider based in the Netherlands, and they're known for great innovation.
And next to them is
Chargebacks 911, and they help companies, including airlines and online travel agencies, to manage their chargebacks, which are credit card disputes.
Mm-hmm. The very descriptive name, like this one kind of brings something about risk.
So Riskified is an Israeli-based fraud management solution. So they help merchants, including airlines, to mitigate fraud, especially credit card fraud. Hello.
Right. And these are?
WorldPay is how would you describe yourself? You're a global payment solution.
So, am I being filmed?
Yes.
We do acquiring for 80 plus airlines. We have PSP or gateway services. So that's similar to the likes of Ingenico, Adyen, providing that central piece effectively from your website into your CPG or central processing system, and then obviously the back end settling the funds back to the airline. The most important bit really, making sure they get their money. So we do all of those pieces, and then in addition we have APMs, so a global local network of payments, and we've got our risk tools, so fraud checking.
Complete payment services.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So Ingenico, they are known as when you go to pay in a restaurant in the handheld machine, Ingenico is the largest provider of this. But this division is the e-payments division that focuses on, similar to what we just heard from WorldPay, on payment processing, alternative forms of payment, and they also have an extensive airline client base.
Mm-hmm. Trustly?
So Trustly is a Swedish-based company that allows for direct bank payments that's growing in the airline industry.
Great. Well, the main conference, yearly conference, is payment and fraud, travel payment and fraud. Takes place typically in May, somewhere around the world.
Somewhere around the world. And next year in 2018 will be in Miami in April.
And when's the next gathering after May, after this?
The next gathering will be for the Asian airlines and online travel agencies in Bali on 30 and 31 August.
The website address for your event calendar is?
www.aiconnects.us.
Thank you so much, Chris.